Well, a PIL for conflict of interest has been filed against the TCP Minister Vishwajit Rane for using it in personal interest to change land zones owned by the company of himself and his wife, Deviya Rane. The High Court has issued notices to Rane. This comes after the Goa bench of Bombay High Court. It struck down a section of the Town and Country Planning Act that allowed the creation of zones within zones, holding that it was concerned with private land owners' interest.
Goa Senior Minister and Urban Development portfolio holder Vishwajit Rane has found himself in the middle of a controversy. Now, this dates back to a law or an act been introduced in the year 2022, which was the Town and Country Planning Act, and a section of it, 17.2, that has become a matter of this entire controversy. Now, what exactly is this controversial section? While before understanding that, we need to know what is the regional plan. The regional plan was introduced in Goa in the year 2021, just so that development can be kept or can happen in a sustainable manner. Regional plan meant that there was a division, for the sake of development, division of land for commercial use, green zone, agricultural zone, eco-sensitive zone, and also industrial zone, so that whichever designated zone has been put down by the regional plan, will be used for that particular purpose. However, Section 17.2 of the Town and Country Planning Act and modifications in it were later made in the year 2023 meant that private entities held the power, case by case, to request for changing the distribution of land that was earlier put in place by the regional plan in 2021. Now, what this means is that a private construction company owner or a builder could put forth a request, for a modification in the zoning, within a zoning, to basically, for example, to convert an eco-sensitive zone or an agricultural zone into residential zone so that more buildings can be built. Now, voices and PILs against this started coming from that year itself. In the year 2023, we had three organizations, three civic societies from Goa, which were at the forefront of filing the PILs: Goa Foundation, Khazan Society of Goa, and Goa Bachao Abhiyan. These were the three organizations that filed PILs, and the Goa bench of Bombay High Court has recently passed a ruling in which it has very clearly stated that Section 17.2 of the TCP, that is Town and Country Planning, was arbitrary, and the changes that were introduced in it in 2023, which gave, in a way, enormous amount of power to the private entities to modify and, in the court's language, mutilate the original regional plan, that has been put on hold. Now, Minister Vishwajit Rane took a press conference, and in that he mentioned that the entirety of 17.2 hasn't been struck down, and he's correct when he says that. However, a lot of conditions have been applied to it, and it has been termed ineffective for 6 weeks. When we tried to reach out to Vishwajit Rane for his comments, he and his team denied talking to us. The only communication that is there on record with him is the press conference that he took with the Goan media a couple of days ago, wherein he clarified his stance and stated that the entirety of 17.2 Act of TCP hasn't been named unconstitutional. It's just the changes that were introduced in 2023 that has been put on hold as of now. The government of Goa still has the option of appealing in Supreme Court against this. With camera person Mahesh Halwai, this is Anuj Raith reporting for NDTV from Mumbai.